to Cooperville.
That's right. We're back. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Cooperville Live. Jody's already in the house, hanging out on the Twitch. Welcome, Jody. Move over to camera 3. I like camera 3 better. Over here? There it is. Can't find my cameras. Big show today. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Revenge of the 5th, if you're into that whole Star Wars thing. Did you celebrate May the 4th be with you? Star Wars Day yesterday? We did not. Today, though, is a combination celebration, as we're going to have Cinco de Mayo. We are going to have Revenge of the 5th, because apparently on Tatooine, they serve tequila. That will happen later on today. Wherever you're watching, thank you for being a part of today's show. We are on Facebook Live. We are on twitch.tv/Cooperville Live, and we're on youtube.com/Cooperville Live. We are everywhere. That is really dark. I should change that. Hang on one second. We're going to adjust our lighting in here. Big show coming up today. Shelby Lee Lowe is in the green room. He is ready to rock and roll with us. Dude's got a new song out, and it's awesome. Just Don't. Been jamming all day. jamming all day. He's going to join us in just a bit. Don't forget our fine sponsors. They happen to be my other businesses. That's just how we roll. Captain Coop's Beard Company. Where's the stuff? There it is. Show it to the camera. Boom. For all of your beard needs, CaptainCoops.com is the website. And also Cooperville Clothing, which we just launched last week. Jody, feel free. We're adding a whole bunch of new shirts between this week and next week. A whole bunch of new like ladies' tees. Another hoodie is going up. And then starting the Monday after we get back from Naples, we're going to be launching a new shirt every week. That's not just going to be Cooperville on it. It's going to have some cooler stuff. So CoopervilleClothing.com is that website. Go check that out. And also CaptainCoops.com. I sponsor my own stuff. And my friends at Midwest Meals, right there, MidwestMeals.com. Promo code is Cooper at checkout for 10% off your first order. Meal prep taken care of. All your macros counted right there. Pop your meal in the microwave. It is delicious. It is fresh. And keeps you all svelte and stuff. Well, you have to do the work, but the meals help. It's good to know what's going into your body. So MidwestMeals.com. And, of course, as you all know, Monster Energy, bringing it. There's tequila involved tonight, so Monster Nitro it is. We have a new shipment of Monster coming on Tuesday. I was talking to my buddy Chris. He's like, our Minnesota team is coming down, and they're going to do a drop-off on Tuesday afternoon. And I said, well, cool. Like, what are we getting? It's something like 60 cases of Monster. I may never sleep for the rest of the year. I'm just throwing that out there. But we're going to be doing some cool stuff with our Patreon. For those of you who are our patrons, thank you so much. We're going to be doing some Monster swag giveaways. We're giving away the deck, which is back here, and some Monster product and T-shirts and things like that. And perhaps some tickets to some things, too. We got to work on that, but that's coming in the near future. So saddle up and get ready and join the Patreon. Go to Patreon and search Cooperville Live, and you will find us there. Plans starting as low as $10 a month. Help support the stream. And the big investment we just made in all this new equipment, which 85% of the time actually works. I feel good with those odds. I've never dealt with those good of odds, so I'm going to take 85%. I'm going to take it. Jody's going to get a shirt. We got Joe. Joe's in the house throwing them devil horns up. Attaboy. Welcome back, Joe. Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well in B-Town, man. Hope all is well in B-Town. Super excited to talk to my guest today on the show. It's another one of those situations where I'm scrolling through the Instagram, not with my eyes, but with my ears, and listening for new music. That's how I discover stuff. It's amazing. And Shelby Lee Lowe pops up, and his new song, Just Don't. A little clip of it was on there, and I was like, this fella's got mass amounts of talent. Let's see if we can get him on the show. And it was nothing short of bribery, I promise. We didn't pay him off in Monster or anything like that. We just asked really nicely. That's what we do. Shelby Lee Lowe is in the green room. We're going to bring him into the live stream. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the show.
What's up, man?
I'm excited to have you on, man.
Good. Yeah, glad to be here. Hey, if you want to send me a Monster Energies, I'm a caffeine fiend, so I love me some Monster Energy drinks.
Well, you're like a go-getter, and that's part of it, because you do all the things, and do you have some young ones running around too? Is that what I've seen on Instagram? Or
yeah, I got the kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some Monster, dude. I know how that goes.
Yeah, you know, I could use it for sure.
Well, first off, again, thank you for being on the show. Congratulations on the release of the new song, Just Don't. Just dropped on my son's birthday, actually, on April 23rd. So very cool stuff, and great song.
Thank you, man. Yeah, happy birthday to your son.
Yeah, he turned 11, so I felt pretty proud I kept something alive that long. You know, they tell you to get a plant, and I had a kid, so you know.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. I want to talk all about your music and kind of how it fell into your lap. But first, we got to know: are you any relation to Jeff Lowe from Tiger King?
Not that I know.
Okay, good. Okay.
That's the first time anybody's ever asked me that, but. Yeah, that's not a very common last name. So, if we go back far enough, me and him might be cousins. So if he's rich from that show, I'll claim him. I'm not gonna hang out with him on any tiger farms or anything. But I'll claim him.
Yeah, keep the standards. I like that. Like, we're not gonna hang, and I'm not gonna feed any tigers or anything. I saw how that went down. It didn't end well for some people. That's awesome, man. But are you originally a Tennessee native?
Born and raised. Yeah, I'm from Possum Trot, Tennessee,
Possum,
between Lewisburg and Cornersville.
Possum Trot, Tennessee. That nothing's more Tennessee than Possum Trot, Tennessee, man.
There it is, man.
So you've kind of had, I imagine, growing up in that the entire state just seems to, there's so many cool places to go. There's obviously Memphis, there's Nashville, so many cool, really musically inclined places. Like Nashville's basically the mecca now, not just for country music, but I think for really all genres. It's really become this. LA's kind of become and everybody's like, we're going to Nashville, whether it's rock or country or hip hop. I mean, they're all going down there. But so was that part of the reason that you kind of found your way into music, was because of it was all around you growing up?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard to escape when you grow up an hour south of Nashville. You're going to hear country music, and there's always country music going on. But Nashville's one of those towns where there's always going to be good concerts and a lot of big rock acts, and a lot of pretty popular rock bands have come out of Nashville, Middle Tennessee area. And of course, you go down the street to Memphis. Memphis is, of course, known for the blues and rap and all kinds of stuff. So it's that's definitely a big reason why I was turned on to music.
So there's some people that are turned on to music because, they enjoy it, they like it, but then there's some that take it kind of to the next level where they pick up an instrument and they start to sing and they start to write songs. Like, was there an artist or was there an influence in your life that kind of pushed you from being like, just because I'm surrounded by music, into this is something I'm going for this. I'm, balls to the wall, hands down, this is going to be my jam. Like, was there an influence? Was there influences that you can recall?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when I was a teenager, I had a great uncle named Hillard that taught me how to play guitar a little bit. And first thing he taught me on guitar was this right here, though. For Folsom Prison Blues.
Yeah, love it.
And that got me turned on to country music. And, I started listening to country music a little bit then. I was singing along to the radio with some, friends of mine. Didn't really think anything of it. And, everyone's like, man, you're pretty good at this. You should try it. So I got dared to sing at my high school talent show. And I got in front of the entire high school my senior year. And I sang Paint Me in Birmingham.
Oof.
And by Tracy Lawrence. Everybody went crazy for it. And I thought, you know what? This is pretty cool. Maybe I'll pursue this a little bit and see where it goes. So I went to college for music business and started learning about what it takes to write songs, and didn't really start learning guitar until I was probably 19, 20 years old. And I know at least 3 or 4 chords now, so I'm good to go, man.
That's all you need. 3 chords in the truth, right? That's all we need.
Right.
I know about it. Love that Johnny Cash riff, by the way. That's I got Johnny Cash tattooed on my leg. It's the middle finger one from when he was trying to release an album later in his career. Nobody wanted to sign him, and he's like, Johnny Cash, man. Like, come on, people. give me that record deal. But no, it's super cool to hear Tracy. Tracy Byrd, Tracy Lawrence. That whole '90s country sound, I think there's the old stuff when you talk about like Hank, and then Johnny Cash. You get into the Highwaymen and Waylon Jennings, and then you jump into like George Strait, who kind of revolutionized the sound and led into Garth, and Garth kind of exploded this '90s. Phenomenon that, blew Nashville up with all of these great singer-songwriters and stuff. So what a great line of influence that you had along those, from learning Johnny Cash as your first song to, singing at your, being dared to sing, which I think is great, at your high school talent show, man. That's quite the story, man. I love it.
Yeah, man, that old country. I mean, speaking of influences, of course, I started out on Johnny Cash, Hank Williams. But that 90s country sound you're talking about, I love Tracy Lawrence. I love George Strait's one of my favorite artists of all time. Alan Jackson, Clint Black, Travis Tritt, so many good ones, man. So I think people that listen to my music, they always say they can tell I'm influenced by the 90s and further back kind of influences.
That's good. I think that's a good place to hold on to, man. I mean, if I'm ever like jamming on the XM radio and stuff like that, and you find that 90s country channel, and you're like, oh my God, that song. Oh my gosh, that song. Oh my God, that song. And then if you flip over to, like a contemporary country station, you're like, wow, there's There's not a lot that sounds like that anymore. But then I heard, Just Don't, and then dug into your catalog a little bit more, and I'm like, this is a great blend. You have kind of there's a new country to it, but there's also that rooted in real '90s country with that roots in obviously the old stuff with George and Hank, or with George Strait and Hank that you talked about, man. That's great.
Heck yeah, man.
So what's like after you get out of college, like where does the road take you? I mean, do you get a job, or do you go straight into focusing on your music career and doing music full time, which is tough to do when you have little ones running around, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I was in college for music business, and I graduated. And in college, I was working as a tour guide for the recording studios at the college.
Nice.
And I was also working retail, selling blue jeans to guys like Jeff Lowe at Buckle.
I was gonna say you were working at the Buckle, weren't you?
That's right.
That's
I was working
awesome.
at Buckle. And I worked there after I graduated for a little while, and I really started playing with bands when I was in college. So I kept on playing anywhere they would let me, playing in Alabama and all over little bars in Tennessee. And decided to book a 6-week tour out west. And I played North Dakota, South Dakota, Missouri, and Wyoming.
Nice.
And got my first little taste of touring. And shortly after that, I was writing songs this whole time with people I'd met. And I signed my first publishing deal and management deal. So for 2 or 3 years, around 2015 to 2018, I was writing songs for a living for a company in Nashville. So got my feet wet with, being a full-time musician. And it was a good experience for me, learned a lot about that.
Yeah, I mean, and songwriting is the art of songwriting, and it's truly an art form, especially in a genre like country, where there's more than just a surface. A lot of pop music, in my opinion, is a lot of just write something that sounds good and then say it 10 times in a row, and then we'll sell it to millions and millions of small children. But like country always has, like, there's a story to it, there's a feel to it. It's why the genre is so connected to its audience, is because the song has so much power. So tell me about your songwriting process. Are you a guy that, has it on the schedule and sits down and does it? Or is it when like things pop into your mind and you're like, oh, that, or taking voice memos and, oh, this riff or this, humming melodies and stuff? Like, what's your process like when it comes to songwriting?
Yeah, for sure. Well, most of the time for the past probably 5-6 years, I've had scheduled co-writes with people that I, just, friends of mine that are in the business that I, have a lot of respect for, or just people that I was set up with through my publishing company, and just like-minded artists. So yeah. I've been doing a lot of co-writing for quite a while now. I don't keep as steady of a schedule songwriting right now as I did back when I was getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
But, I will say that for the past 2-3 years, I've been just writing my ass off, trying to get to a point where I can record some stuff and release new stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've done my songwriting stage, and I've still, every day, I'm, a song idea will pop in my head, and I save that. And, hopefully in the near future, I'm going to just be writing a ton more. But luckily, I think I've written some of the best songs I've ever written in the past 2 years. So I'm trying to find avenues to release them, kind of like Just Don't. And I got 2 more songs I'm about to drop this month. So busy times.
That's exciting, man. And to have, obviously in the last year, it's been the strangest of times, perhaps, that we've all had to deal with COVID-19 and all the restrictions, and knowing the music industry was obviously hit, very severely during all this. Would you say that you spent a lot of time? It sounds like you took a lot of that time to really, like, knuckle down on writing, and just like, is that how you spent most of the last year, when going out and doing shows, one-off shows, anything like that was kind of out of the question? Was a lot of writing in the last year?
There was, yeah, there was a ton of co-writing going on, and whereas in the past when I had a publishing deal, I might try. I was writing, sometimes 3 songs a day
Wow.
for 5 days a week, and just really knocking them out. And during this time, the world's just kind of shut down. Nobody knew what to do. I decided I was going to, take a little time to myself and just, instead of just trying to write every day of the week, I was just trying to, handpick days that I'd write either by myself or with really good friends like my producer or, people I like to write songs with, and just focus more on quality and less on quantity. And I think that's really why I wrote so many good songs the last year.
That's awesome. And like I said, Just Don't was the song that a clip of it caught my ear on Instagram. And I was like, man, I have to talk to this guy and see what his story's about. What a great song. And again, we talked about how you have this natural blend of this new country sound mixed with the 90s country sound. And there's still some rooted old country stuff in there. So it's this really cool sonic sound that you have. Tell me about writing this song and then in the process of getting it out during during what's basically been a world is ending pandemic, but you got music out.
Yeah, man. So I wrote this song with my producer, Andrew Scott Wills, and a buddy of ours named Ben Jonesy, who is he's from England. Oh. So he's up in the UK right now. So shout out to Ben Jones. And he kind of had, he's kind of a track guy. He kind of comes up with different melodies and licks and stuff. And he, we go to write with, we like the idea of a short title. And we just start thinking, like, what does just don't mean? And I was like, well, you just don't this or you just don't that. It's just maybe like a list of things you just don't do. Like, you don't break her heart because she's not going to come back.
Right.
And it just kind of came together like that. But we had a blast writing this song.
I love hearing the stories behind, like, especially specific songwriting, because it's how it starts, with a riff, and then you just like going, just don't. And then, okay, what is like dissecting what that means and then putting it into lyrics and finishing out the song. I think it's awesome. You got the guitar there. Do you want to throw down a couple of verses of it? I mean,
sure. It's probably one of the craziest rockin'est songs I've ever released. Make sure you hear me and not anybody else. So this song is definitely more suited for full bands.
Oh yeah.
But I will give you the best acoustic version I can.
I love it, man. Shelby Lee Lowe.
And I think I'm almost in tune. Close enough for country. But I'll double check. Yeah. All right. So this is my latest single called Just Don't. Don't buy another whiskey than old number 7 mixed with coke. You just don't. You don't cuss in front of mama and you don't tell the preacher dirty jokes. You just don't. You just don't get away with breaking her heart. You don't get her back when it's gone that far. You can beg on your knees and plead for her to come home, but you won't. You might wish you were like that, but it don't. It just don't. You don't buy a round of beers at the bar, money you ain't got. Better not. Or get trash talk smack to a cop in a night parking lot. You get popped just like you just don't get away with breaking her heart. You don't get her back when it's gone that far. You can beg on your knees and plead for her to come home, but she won't. You might wish you were like that, but it don't. It just don't. It just don't. Just don't.
Love it, man. I love it. Jump back in here. Now we're together again. That was awesome. Love it.
Thanks, man.
You killed that acoustic version, man. Just in case you ever got to, stumble on the side of the road, make a couple bucks,
There you go.
Jam that song up, man. No, it's a fantastic song. I know it's available to listen to and download on all streaming platforms. Is that correct?
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, pretty much anywhere you can find music, you can find that song.
That's awesome, man. Just Don't, Shelby Lee Lowe. And I know you talked about a couple new songs coming out before the end of the month, which we'll all be looking forward to. Do you have like big plans for the rest of 2021? Anything on the calendar as far as shows? Or I know you talked about the new music coming out. What you got going on this year?
Man, I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be flying out the end of this month and going to Los Angeles. And I'm going to be I'm working on some things that I can't say out loud.
Right. I like it
on this right now, but I would just say I don't have any shows booked right now because of it, and I wanted to release new music, before I go out there. So I'm just trying to make as many fans as I can, and trying to push out this new music, and hopefully folks like you will find me and turn more people on to me.
No, man, I hope so too, because I think the world needs more Shelby Lee Lowe in their life. I think they're missing it. They're missing it. And on top of it, and as being a dad, like that's awesome too, man. To balance all that stuff. I saw a picture on Instagram at your kid's t-ball game, baseball game, and I was like, he's got music going, he's dadding it up, he's doing all the things, man. That's super cool, and I'm super honored to have found you on Instagram and met you here on this live stream, and hopefully we can get you back on after the secret stuff that's happening in Los Angeles comes into fruition, and we'll get you back on. We'll talk more. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me, Chris. I appreciate you, man.
And I'll get some of this in the mail to you. We'll get. Hey, write it down. Send Shelby some Monster, okay? We're gonna get you. We'll send you some Monster and some swag, man.
You have a clothing brand?
Yeah, we just launched Cooperville Clothing last week. So we have t-shirts. I got my own beard company. I do my beard oils. Captain Coops. I do all this stuff, man.
I love it, man. Entrepreneur all the way. I dig that.
Oh yeah, and I host a country music festival up here in the area. So I do all the things. I talk to people all the time on this show. It's keeps me entertained.
Well, if you ever need somebody for a country music fest up there, I know a guy.
Yeah.
And I've played all over Wisconsin and Minnesota, and I love the Midwest. So I'll definitely be back up there one of these days, man.
That's awesome, man. Hopefully we can get you up here soon, because you've been up here. You know how these people love their country music, man. They make a night out of it for sure. Like screw tomorrow, we're making a night of it tonight. Awesome. Shelby Lee Lowe, people can find you on the social medias, of course, Facebook and Instagram, and also are you on any other platforms? Spotify, I'm sure, and all the music podcast places.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify. I've got ShelbyLeeLowe.com. I'm on TikTok a little bit, YouTube, stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, we'll link up all the things in the show notes here. We'll put them in the comments so everybody can link up and follow you along. But thank you, man, so much for the time, and hopefully all goes well on your trip. Looking forward to new music, and let's get you back on here sometime soon and watch your mail for some Monster coming your way.
Yes, sir. Awesome. I appreciate you, man.
No, anytime, man, anytime. Shelby Lee Lowe on the show. Appreciate him being on. The new song is Just Don't. Go and listen to it on all streaming platforms. Really got to work on this lighting in here. I feel like I'm in a cave. There's like the sun is shining outside. And it's just so dark in here. I don't know if I can flip this on. But go check out Just Don't is his latest single. He's got new music dropping in before the end of the month. So more new stuff from him. Let's see. We just turn this up a little bit. Look at that. Wah, 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 ba-da. Let there be light. Kind of. It's kind of dark over in this corner. We'll work on that. That's for next time. We finally got, I think, all of our cameras working. Let's run through this. This is big, man. This is big. Maybe that's our beds thing. We need cam 2. Let's go to camera 2. There it is. Camera 2 is up and working. Our chat box is over here. If you want to drop anything in the comments, feel free to do so. Camera 3, that was the big one we were having issues with. Let's see if we can get. And we have camera 3. We have reached maximum capacity, and we haven't blown anything up yet. We haven't dropped any frame. We dropped one frame today, which was the big thing. That's just our internet. So we'll work on that. But thank you all for being a part of today's show. Tomorrow we are back. We have Joey. Joey A is in the house tomorrow with Big White Light. Big White Light. See, we even got the comments down here. I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna touch him. There we go. Thank you, Joe. Awesome. I know. It just took hours and hours of me figuring out that the extensions that I have running so my camera cord can be longer are shit. So I learned something new today. But Joey Arima and Big White Light on the program tomorrow. That'll be awesome. He's going to jump on about 5:10. We'll jam out with him, and then we'll set you off into the weekend on Friday with another big show. So thank you all for watching. Every single day at 5 o'clock we do this, so please feel free to jump on. Always love having new artists on. Thank you to Shelby Lee Lowe for being on. Just Don't, again, is the new song. Go check that out on all streaming platforms and follow him on all of his social medias. And do the same for us. That would be awesome. We're on Facebook, obviously, facebook.com/Cooperville Live. Everything is basically at Cooperville Live. So Facebook, YouTube at Cooperville Live. Yep, Joey's on tomorrow. Joey's on tomorrow. I'm not sure. There were rumors that he was going to possibly have Dylan Howard and Greg Cash on as well. I'm not sure. I can't confirm or deny that, but we had originally talked about that being a major thing. So we'll see. We'll find out tomorrow. That's a tease. That's what we call a tease tomorrow on the show. And then also we are on Twitch, where Jody's watching us on the Twitch today, twitch.tv/Cooperville Live, and make sure you follow and subscribe and hit the notification bell on all of those platforms so you know when we go live, because I did have this conversation last night. We're flying out to Naples in less than 2 weeks, 13 days from now, flying to Naples for 5 days, 6 days. 5 nights, 6 days, something like that. And I was like, we're going to do the show from Naples. Maybe I'll do a check-in, like jump on all the streams. Just be like, hey, what's up? Right? Some beach somewhere or something. So if you get those notifications, because it probably won't be at 5 o'clock, you'll be able to live vicariously through my first vacation in a decade, going to Naples, Florida. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Until then, have yourselves a great Cinco de Mayo. If you're going out to celebrate safely. And make sure you make it to work tomorrow or whatever you have to do. And if you are celebrating Revenge of the Sith or 5th, let me see this. Switch back to camera. Guess me. There we go. We're rocking the Darth Vader. Revenge of the 5th. Enjoy. Play the thing. There it is. Have yourselves a great night. We will see you again tomorrow right here on the show. Hit the links. There they are. Follow us on all the things. Cinco de Mayo. Let's go do the stuff. Guac and tacs. Guacamole and tacos and tequila. Maybe some Dos Equis. Maybe. Corona? I don't know. We'll do it all. Love you. Have a great night. Jim, appreciate the like. Love you a long time.